Thanks for joining us up and early. Fox 9, of course, has you covered for getting through the snowstorm. And as always, we have team coverage for you this morning. Bill Keller and Leah Bino, they are live all across the metro area with what it's like outside and how those snow emergencies are affecting parking this morning.
Kendall, Mark, of course, keeping an eye on the roads. The commute is going to be something else. Plus, we know the weather is the cause of all this. Let's check in first with meteorologist Keith Marlin.
Good morning, guys. We're in the tail end of round one. We're kind of nickel and diming our way over the next few hours, a few little light spurts, but the breezes are noticeable. These aren't the gusty breezes that are going to be apparent with our blizzard conditions for parts of our viewing area going on into the late afternoon, the evening, and overnight, but still it is quite breezy, blowing some snow around. You'll notice some minor drifting or even some noticeable drifting across the area. Most of us, as of midnight, we're in that 3 to 4 inch range. Some totals that are starting to pop up now between 5 and 6 o'clock this morning have a few in the 3 to 5 inch range. So we're building on that. We'll pick up another inch or so over the course of the morning as we peter on out before wave 2 rolls on in, and wave 2 will bring an additional 8 to 12 plus inches. We said this yesterday. I say again today. How about some snow? We got another round of it coming through the area. This is a longer loop that shows us how our snow has evolved over the overnight hours and into this morning. Notice it's tapering off a little bit, starting to get splotchy. Still a few bursts. There's one just south of town, a little bit more just across southeastern Minnesota, a little bit more as we travel on off across southwestern Minnesota. But the area of low pressure causing all this now down to our south, and all of this moisture still will lift up our way. And it's the backside of this that will bring in those incredibly gusty winds as we go on into the better part of our afternoon. So as we go on out the door and into the better part of our day today, we are looking at a 14-degree temperature outside right now, feeling more like 3 below, and we're going to keep it for the most part in the teens to lower 20s today with that second burst of snow rolling on in this afternoon, the more aggressive burst. Again, this is just the genteel stuff. We'll have an opportunity to clean and sweep it all up, and then we get into the more aggressive snows later today, tonight, and into tomorrow morning. Details coming up over the next 19 minutes, but let's get a check of traffic. Kendall, how you doing?
There's 3 different issues, all in sort of the same spot between 694 and 35E in the Vadnais Heights area. This is 694 at Rice Street. You can see a vehicle that has gone off of the roadway here on 694 westbound. Again, anyone really traveling through Little Canada, Vadnais Heights, and Shoreview, just be prepared for slippery conditions. This is 35E northbound at Little Canada Road. You can see a vehicle has gone off of the roadway there in the ditch sort of towards the right of your screen. And then another vehicle at 694 and Labor Road. So this is just a really tricky area, clearly with 694 and 35E sort of meet together. This person is out of their vehicle. I cannot stress this enough. That is a terrible idea. Do not do that. This is not me saying this. This is always from the State Patrol as well. In fact, we're going to get off this camera just in case anything should happen. But just a reminder, if you do get in a crash, they say this over and over and over again. Stay inside of your vehicle unless you are in a very, very safe area. That one where we just saw, where you're on 494, not the case. First responders, clearly, that's where we get these camera images, is from MnDOT. They know where you are. They can see that, and they are on their way. So again, don't get out of your vehicle. Overall look at things, 169, Highway 101. This is Highway 101 to get onto 169 northbound. That ramp is still closed due to this incident this morning. Speaking of the roadways, let's send it over to Bill Keller. He is live out on the highways this morning. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Kendall. In fact, we are in the East Metro. We are traveling northbound on Century Avenue, kind of traveling through Oakdale, making our way towards North St. Paul. And I can tell you that about the same amount of snow from the West Metro to the East Metro. Pretty consistent, 4+ inches of snow. This is one of those arteries that has seen plows, and you can even see that sort of melted strip up the left-hand center part of your screen. That's the telltale sign of that salt that has been dropped, that is working. That may not be the case here in a couple of hours, a couple of days, as the temperature continues to drop as this storm moves through. But that's going to leave some problems and some slick spots. And again, we've seen that on some of the bridges and some of the exit ramps. Glaze, ice, packed down snow. It's the kind of snow that tends to be very fine, and it does tend to sort of polish the roadways. So you want to be very careful out there. Be sure to give those plows plenty of room. MnDOT is out in numbers. We've seen plenty of county and city plows as well.